You know that feeling when the winter chill just starts to fade and there's this new energy in the air? Well, across India, that feeling is captured in Saraswati Puja, a festival that's all about celebrating knowledge, art, and, you guessed it, the amazing arrival of spring. So let's dive in and find out what makes this day so special.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's not just about a specific ritual. It's about celebrating our own human drive to learn, to create, and to grow, all while nature is doing the exact same thing. It really is the perfect way to frame everything we're about to explore.
So you'll often hear the festival called Vasant Panchami, and the name itself basically tells you the whole story. Vasant means spring, and Panchami is the fifth day. So right there in the name, you can see how deeply it's connected to the rhythms of the natural world. It marks that exact moment when spring really kicks off.
And for those who observe, timing is absolutely everything. So, for example, in 2026, the main day is Friday, January 23rd. But see that last row? The auspicious Puja Muhurat, from 7:13 in the morning to 12:33 p.m., that is considered the most sacred and powerful window for prayers and offerings.
Okay, so who is at the very heart of this celebration? Let's meet the goddess Saraswati. She represents something really profound, not wealth or power, but something deeper. She is the literal embodiment of knowledge, of the arts, and of the power of speech itself. And every single part of her image is just packed with meaning. You've got these four key things: her white sari, the musical instrument called a veena, a book, and her companion, the swan. Each one tells a part of her story, so let's break them down. First up is the veena. Now, it's not just a musical instrument, it represents the harmony of a perfectly focused mind. The idea is that the whole universe is a kind of vibration, a cosmic music, and true knowledge is what allows us to tune into that amazing frequency. Next, you have the book in her hand. This symbolizes the ancient sacred texts, the Vedas, but it's also about all learning. It stands for that timeless, unchanging wisdom that has guided humanity for ages. I mean, she is literally holding the source code of all intellect. And her companion, the swan, or hamsa, this is so cool. It represents something called viveka, which is the power to tell the difference between what's good and bad, what's real and what's an illusion. There's this old belief that a swan can magically separate milk from a mixture of milk and water. In the same way, wisdom lets us filter out the noise and find the truth. And finally, her whole look is symbolic. That white sari and the white lotus she sits on, they're not just for show. They represent purity, peace, and this idea that real knowledge is found when you rise above worldly distractions. It's about a quest for clarity. All right, now let's talk about color. Because if there is one color that just screams Saraswati Puja, it's yellow, or basanti. It is absolutely everywhere during this festival, and there's a really beautiful reason why. So, the thing about yellow is that it works on two levels. On one level, it perfectly mirrors what's happening in nature. It's the exact golden color of the mustard fields, or sarsen, that are in full bloom right at this time. But it also has this deep spiritual meaning, representing energy, optimism, and the pure or sattvic quality of knowledge itself. And believe me, this yellow theme takes over everything. People wear bright yellow clothes, they offer beautiful yellow flowers like marigolds, and yes, even the food is yellow. We're talking delicious dishes like sweet kesarai halwa or savory khichdi. It's a total feast for the senses. Okay, now for one of the most fascinating parts. This is one festival, but the way it's celebrated across India is so incredibly different. It's like it has all these unique and beautiful regional personalities. So let's start our journey in West Bengal. Here, Saraswati Puja, or Pujo as they say, is a huge cultural event, especially for the younger generation. In fact, it's often affectionately and famously called the Bang's Valentine's Day. And that nickname kind of gives you a hint about the social vibe of the festival. It's a day for young people to dress up in their best traditional clothes and spend the day together, hopping from one celebration to another. The traditions here are so unique. For just one day, students actually take a break from studying. They place their textbooks, their pens, even musical instruments at the feet of the goddess, asking for her blessings for the rest of the year. It's a really powerful gesture of faith in where knowledge comes from. All right, now let's travel south, where the festival takes on a really special meaning for the littlest members of the community. It's all about a beautiful ceremony of initiation. It's called Vidya Arambam, and it's literally a child's first step into the world of letters and learning. On this day, toddlers are gently guided to write their very first character, usually in a tray of rice grains, as a way of seeking the goddess's blessing for a successful life of learning. It's amazing. Okay, now let's head north to Punjab and Haryana, where the celebration literally takes to the skies. Here, the arrival of spring is marked with a tradition that is just bursting with color, energy, and symbolism.
We're talking about a massive kite festival. The sky just fills with these countless colorful kites. And it's so much more than just a fun activity. The soaring kites symbolize freedom, optimism, and the uplifting of the human spirit as it rises up with the new spring season.
So, when you strip away all the rituals, the colors, the different regional traditions, what's the real core message of Saraswati Puja? And maybe more importantly, why does it still matter so much to us today?
Well, its relevance today is pretty clear, right? For students, it's a perfect day to reset and refocus before a stressful exam season. For artists and musicians, it's a moment to seek that spark of creative inspiration. And really, for all of us, it's a day to stop and honor our teachers and mentors, all the people who guide us with the light of their knowledge.
And that kind of brings me to a final thought. This whole festival is about deep focus and the sacredness of learning. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. In our world of constant pings, notifications, and endless digital distraction, how do we truly honor and protect our own quest for knowledge?